Wejdan Abu Shammala to the stage. Her work focuses on documenting testimonies and preserving voices for those who survived the genocide.
Salam everyone. First of all, maybe some people from the last conference know me, maybe not. But I'm Wejdan Abu Shammala. And as I told you before, now the most important definition to define and to introduce myself is survivor from the genocide and living real witness and a mourner that lost over than 400 members of my family in this war, unfortunately. So, first of all, thank you so much for your attending here in this conference, and it's my pleasure to meet all of you.
You've recently published your first book, They Can't Kill the Stars. Beautiful title. Can you tell us a little bit about the book and why you chose that title?
First of all, today is the announcement about my book, They Cannot Kill the Stars. And I have a story of this title. I remembered one of the nights when I was in Gaza and Israeli occupation bombing so intense. I was there and my little sister and my little brother were sleeping. So in the middle of the night, because like the bombing, it was so loud. So they wake up and they were so scared and afraid. So I tried to make them feel safe and comfortable and so on. Then my little sister, Farah, she's 5 years old. She looked to me and she asked me, Wejdan, should I ask you something? I said, yeah. She said, do the IDF warplanes kill the stars like us? I looked to her, then I hugged her and I said, no, the stars are safe. They will be fine. They cannot kill the stars. This is the first reason. The second reason, because the people who have been killed by occupation are not gone. They remain as stars in the sky of Palestine. As for those who were injured, they are also stars of our life, and they still hold on to hope despite their pain. I'm not just a writer of this book. I'm a survivor, I'm a real witness, and I'm a mourner because I told you I lost over 400 members of my extended family during this genocide. And in this book, you will find a few stories of them. Why I wrote this book? What the reason of that? Because the Gazan names mustn't vanish into silence. Writing this book wasn't an act of distance, it was an act of memory. The occupation stole Gazan lives, but mustn't steal their stories. I wrote this book because I believe the people in these pages are human beings like you. They are not just numbers or breaking news. They are human, they had a past, they had present, and they deserved a future. And they had families, friends, homes, dreams. But some of them, they have been killed by Israeli occupation, unfortunately, and the other, they got injured, and they are the survivor of this genocide. The survivors are grappling with profound and permanent disabilities. When did that go beyond the physical and deeply affect on their souls? And I wrote this book while I was displaced and I was grieving. And many nights I wanted to stop because the pain, it was so heavy, but I kept going because the people I interviewed kept going. They spoke through their tears because they believed that the people in the world would listen. And they have a glimmer of hope in your humanity. So now, their voices in this book. In this book, you will find 17 stories about many people. Some of them, they got injured. Some of them, they got killed, unfortunately, by Israeli occupation. And some of them, they are disappeared. Their families, they don't know anything about them, if they got arrested or even if they got killed.
Wejdan, what would you like? What would you like the audience or the reader to take away from the book?
This book is my promise to the Gazans. I heard you, and I will carry your voices to the world. Telling these stories and writing these stories will not rebuild our homes and will not bring back our people that Israeli occupation killed them. But writing this book was like a pleading in words, and the silence is more painful. So my rule is to remember is to resist, and Gazans refuse to be erased. So to everyone, to everyone who will read this book, please read it with an open heart. Please don't turn away. Don't let these people be just victims or numbers or breaking news. They are humans. Every story here is a life interrupted but not erased. Every story here is like a word of dreams and love. And each child killed was a future stolen by IDF. It's natural to feel sad, to feel angry, or even to feel helpless, but I hope you also feel responsible. Genocide thrives on silence. It grows when the world stops seeing. When you read this book and these pages, you are not just a reader now, you are a witness. And you help Gaza. You help Gaza and help us to resist erasure. By holding this book, you are telling Gazan, your voices aren't forgotten. It's painful to tell you, okay, Israeli occupation announced about the ceasefire, but let me give you information. The reality on the ground is not changed. Despite the talk of ceasefire, the occupation continues to violate it, claiming the lives of tens and more in Gaza. So this book is a testimony to a war that hasn't truly ended, unfortunately.
My final question to you, Wejdan, will have to be a little bit quick, is, who kind of motivated you? I know you mentioned how difficult it was for you to write this book. Tell us about who motivated you, and also a critical question, where can this audience buy this book? Because, of course, supporting Palestinians and Gazans is also about ensuring that their work is widely disseminated. So please let us know where we can also purchase it.
First of all, this book will be in the corner outside of the conference in the hall downstairs, inshallah. About who motivated me and who encouraged me to continue, because many times I wanted to stop because it was so painful, and in many times when I finished some interviews, I come back to the home and I said to my mother, I need a therapist. I have many nightmares because about what I was hearing from the people. They got killed or injured. So who encouraged me? I must thank my family in Gaza, my parents, my sisters, and my brothers, because all of them, they are trapped in Gaza Strip, unfortunately. They are the true heroes and the true writers and authors of resilience. Despite the hunger and the fear, bombing, they pushed me, they told me our words are our strength. They taught me that even when houses are destroyed, our stories remain. And this is what I'm doing now. The second people I want to thank also European Palestinian Network. Thank you for your working backstage to make this book possible. Thank you for your organization and your effort. Finally, I want to thank two special people here, Laurie Tiller and Jackie Pan, the people, my second parents. You traveled from France to be here with me in Copenhagen, and when the world was silent, you acted, you saved my life, and you brought me from Gaza to France, and you loved me as your daughter. Without your humanity, I would not be standing here in conference today. You are the reason of my voice reached that heart of Europe. Thank to providing the humanity has no borders.
Subhanallah.
And thank you so much.
Subhanallah. Thank you, Wejdan. Thank you, Wejdan. And thank you for all of you, please.
The last thing, I want to thank all of you guys to be here, for your listening, for your attendance, and also, like always, my message is don't forget Gaza and do what you can do for Gaza and for Gazans. We have a word backstage now, another word, distractions. We have a lack and shortage in humanitarian aid, and the people, they still live in a tent while this weather is so cold and bad. So do what you can do for Gaza, for Gazans people, for its children, and thank you so much to be here.
Thank you.